Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. We thank you for joining us today to learn about the University of Central Missouri. Kat Lara from UCM's admissions office is here to tell us about UCM's programs and its admissions and financial aid processes. Kat is going to start her presentation in just a minute, but first we have a few people from Special School District joining us, and I would like for them to introduce themselves. Ms. Russell?
Good afternoon. I'm Miss Russell. I'm the sophomore counselor at North Tech High School.
Ms. Bengali?
Hi, I'm Heidi Bengali, and I am the Technology Specialist Instructor at North and South Technical High Schools.
And Ms. Shaughnessy?
Hi guys, my name is Carla Shaughnessy and I'm one of the counselors at South Tech.
And I am Sally Defani, Administrator of Partnerships for Special School District. After Kat has finished her presentation, we will have plenty of time for questions. So as she is telling you about UCM, please type any questions you have into the chat feature. We will be monitoring those questions. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Kat, would you like to share your screen?
Yes, I am ready. Okay, I will go ahead and do that. All right, am I good to go? All right, well, welcome to UCM's admissions presentation. My name is Kat Lara. I am the admissions rep for UCM for the St. Louis area. So if you guys have any questions, like Sally said, just drop them in the chat box and I will get to those at the end of the presentation. My contact information will also be at the end, so you guys can jot that down if you guys want to contact me with more direct questions about a specific program and things like that. So go ahead and jump right in. So fun facts about UCM. We were founded in 1871 as a normal school number 2. So what that means is we were founded on the School of Education. So talk a little bit more about that throughout the presentation. What that means is we were, like I said, founded on the School of Education, which education also happens to be still one of our top 5 majors here at UCM. Our student population is 11,500. So that's including our undergraduate students, our transfer students, our graduate students, and that is also including our international students. Our total acreage is 1,561. So that's our including our campus in Warrensburg, Missouri. We have a small campus in Lee Summit, Missouri. It's about 15 minutes from Kansas City, Missouri. We have a small airport and then 2 small working farms as well. 75% of our faculty and staff hold the highest degree within the field that they teach in, which is very beneficial when it comes to helping students find internships and jobs within the field that they are studying in. 64% of students are first generation. They receive the Pell Grant when they complete the FAFSA and are from an underrepresented group. So fun fact, I am also a student here at UCM and I fall under all 3 of those categories. So it's pretty cool. Our job placement rate is 95%. So I'll talk a little bit more about why our job placement rate is so high at UCM later on in the presentation. We have 17 collegiate athletic teams, so that's including football, men's and women's cross country. We have also a women's bowling team and much more. So I do encourage you guys to go online to see what other athletic teams we have. Our student to teacher ratio is 18:1. So if you are looking for a one-on-one interaction with your professor, you will find that here at UCM. Professors also have open office hours, so you can meet more one-on-one with those professors if you are needing that or wanting that. We have students that are coming from 45 out of 50 states. So to give you an example, we have students that are coming from Hawaii, California, Minnesota, New York, just to give you an example, as well as students that are coming from 60 different countries from all over the world, like India, Mexico, Australia, Guam, countries like that. So UCM is becoming very, very diverse. All right, throughout the presentation, I will give you 5 reasons why UCM is for you. Of course, our number 1 reason is the endless opportunities that we have. UCM has over 150 different degree programs that students are able to choose from. So within the next couple slides, I'll break them down within the different colleges. So first up, we have the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Here on the far right, we highlight the most popular ones within this college. So as I mentioned, 150 is a lot of programs, so we'll highlight the most popular ones. So as you can see within In this college, we have your digital media, musical theater, music, modern arts, studio arts, things like that. Within this college, we have 4 different campus theaters at UCM where students are able to perform on. Fun fact and cool thing about UCM is that you don't have to be a theater major in order to be a part of the production. You can be, let's say, a business major, and you can still be a part of that production. Just let them know that you are interested, and they will welcome you with open arms. Same thing with our broadcasting majors. You don't have to be a broadcasting major or minor to use their state-of-the-art equipment. So let's say you are interested in starting your own podcast and you're like really interested in a specific topic, you can use that equipment and not be a part of that major. You guys can see 89% of our graduates have first destination success and the starting salary rates. Next up, we have the College of Education. As I mentioned, this is the college in which we were founded on. And it's straight to the point when it comes to our majors. So if you're interested in elementary, middle school, secondary, physical, or special education, we have that here at UCM. So anything that falls in between the lines as far as becoming English teacher, college counselor, music teacher, we have that here at UCM. So 94% of our graduates have first destination success after graduation. And then 75% of our alumni are teaching in Missouri school districts. So you should definitely ask your teachers, principals, and counselors what college they graduated from. A lot of the times you will run into UCM alumni. All right, next up we have our Harmon College of Business and Professional Studies. Again, you can see our popular majors highlighted on the far right. So this is where you'll have your aviation maintenance, your professional pilots, students that are interested in criminal justice and criminology, crisis management. You have your finance, students that are interested in risk management or sports management. You will find that here within this college. As I mentioned earlier, UCM does have an airport. UCM is one of the only schools in the nation that has an airport on its campus. UCM also has Army ROTC. So for those students that are interested in going off into the military, we have that available for you as well. 94% of our students, our graduates, have first destination success after graduation. So you guys can see some of the starting salary rates for some of these majors here. All right, next up we have College of Health Sciences and Technology. So this is students that are interested in pre-med. You'll have your biology classes here, chemistry, computer science for those that are interested in that. Agriculture science. I mentioned earlier that we have 2 small working farms. The first farm is where students will learn how to grow crops. Second farm is where students will learn to work with our livestock. So where our cows, goats, and there is where we also house our mules, since that is our school mascot. So yes, we do have mules on that farm as well. For those students that are interested in nursing school, they will start off their first 2 years in our Warrensburg campus, and then they will finish off their junior and senior year at our Lee Summit campus, where they will work with our state-of-the-art nursing stimulus lab, where they will work with our mannequins. Those mannequins follow you with their eyes, they talk to you, they let you know how they feel, giving the students hands-on experience, preparing them for their workforce post-graduation. We also have what is our open options program. So this is for students that have no idea what it is that they want to study. So what this program does is help them find the right fit. So 18% of students are willing to admit that they have no idea what it is that they want to do. So a lot of the times when the students go off into college just picking something because they feel pressured to do so, they end up changing their majors about 3 to 4 times, making their college education a lot longer and more expensive. So what this open options program does, it helps them find, as I mentioned, the right fit, and also helps them find and seeks their strengths, their weaknesses, and their interests. So they explore all of the majors that we have at UCM. And by the end of their second semester, their freshman year, 90% of those students have declared a major. And that decreases that percentage of students changing and hopping majors. And so students and parents really love that. So if you are that student that you're kind of unsure of what you want to study, or you really just have no idea, I would definitely consider open options. Professors are amazing with students, so reach out if you are interested in this. We also have our study abroad program. So we have over 60 different countries that students are able to travel to. and hundreds of courses that you can take. So let's say that you're wanting to become a nursing student. You can take some of your nursing classes in a different country, giving you a broader perspective on how that field is done in a different country. And you can go up to 2 weeks to an entire semester or an entire year in studying abroad. So the unique thing about UCM is that we offer students scholarships and grants to be able to afford their trip to a different country. So very unique. Within our honors college, this is for students that are wanting to enrich their education at UCM. So for students that are motivated and want to, like I said, challenge themselves, we have that available as well. You guys can see some of the benefits that are included here below. So vibrant living community, which I'll talk a little bit more about in the next couple slides. Early enrollment privileges. So of course you get to enroll before anybody else. Funding for research if you are wanting to go off into, let's say, med school or graduate school, you have that funding available for you. And then, of course, being a part of the Honors College Student Association. So just the opportunity to be surrounded by students that are like-minded, opportunities for scholarship, letters of recommendation. So if this is something that interests you, you can see the freshman eligibility, an ACT of 25 or higher, and a cumulative GPA of 3.5. All right, reason number 2, we have an engaging campus. So UCM has over 200 student organizations that students can get involved in. So we have 14 different residence halls that students can choose to live in, as well as 14 different dining options. So if you like to eat, we definitely have places for students to eat. We have places like Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. We have sushi. We have grab and go options. We have Starbucks on campus, so multiple choices for students. UCM was also voted the safest college campus in Missouri. So what that means is students are able to download an app called the Campus Eye, and our police officers can escort students from point A to point B, making them feel safe. So let's say you are studying late at night at the library, it gets dark, and for whatever reason you feel unsafe, you can text that app, and like I said, and the police officers will escort you from point A to point B. Parents and students really love that. UCM has what we call SHIPs, which stands for Special Housing Interest Programs. And here are the 10 SHIPs that we have. So what this means is that your roommate, your suite mate, and the entire floor that you live on is studying the same thing that you are. So this gives you the opportunity to be surrounded by like-minded individuals. So let's say you are nervous to move out of your parents' house for the first time ever. You can choose to live in the SHIP if you are studying any of these 10 programs. And it just makes students feel a lot safer. You get to see students a lot more often, similar faces, and you can choose this option when you are applying for housing. It is required for freshmen and sophomores to live on campus, and so you can choose to live in a campus apartment or off campus your junior and senior year. I do encourage you guys to go online to see what those dorms and apartments look like inside. Our campus apartments are fully furnished inside. And I encourage you to go and visit campus if you have never visited UCM. All right, I mentioned earlier that we have over 200 student organizations. It is a lot to put on a screen, so I condensed them for you guys. We have organizations within your academic department, community service opportunities if you are wanting to add that onto your student resume or professional resume, organizations within your cultural heritage and ethnicity. We do have the Honor Society if you want to continue to be in that, if you are already in that. Recreational and club sports. We have religious organizations and Greek life organizations. So if you want to be a part of Greek life, we also have that. And of course, special interest groups. If you are involved in high school, we always encourage students to continue to be active in college. So of course we have our intramural sports, and so we have tons of those sports. I encourage you guys to go online to see what those sports are. UCM hosts an involvement fair at the beginning of every semester so students can see what there is to be involved in, and this gives the students that are running those organizations the opportunity to recruit. So we always encourage, like I said, freshmen especially to get involved, to experience something different, to meet new people. So multiple things to get involved with. If you do not see something that you want to get involved in, you always have the opportunity to start your own club. All you need is 8 people and a faculty member to help you out and start your own club. All right, reason number 3, we are affordable. So break this cost down. You guys are Missouri residents, so we will focus on the Missouri resident side here. So our tuition and fees are broken down by 30 credit hours a year based off of our recommendations from our academic advisors. So that means 15 credit hours a semester. So it's 2 semesters is 30 credit hours a year, giving us that total cost of $8,310. They give us a sticker price here of $1,200 for textbooks, and then they include our residence and meal plan since it is required for freshmen and sophomores to live on campus. So our total cost for tuition per year at UCM is $18,756. So you can see where UCM's tuition and fees are in comparison to other in-state public schools, out-of-state public schools, and then private schools. On the top right corner, you can see UCM's FAFSA code. If you haven't already completed your FAFSA, make sure that you are adding us on there. If you have completed your FAFSA, make sure you go in there and add us on there. I believe you can add up to 10 schools. So that way, when you are getting our financial aid packet, you guys can get that breakdown from us to see how our financial aid and tuition and fees will go for you. 95% of our undergraduates receive financial aid to really help break that $18,000 cost down. We also have our UCM calculator, so you can plug in your personal information and see how and what your costs will be for you personally. If you have any questions, just reach out and I will answer those questions for you. We also have our Red and Black Merit Scholarships. These are based off of GPA and ACT. So you can find your GPA at the top, and this is your weighted GPA. I want to make that clear. And then your ACT on the far left. And so if you find that and you meet it in the middle, that is an automatic scholarship that you'll receive for up to 5 years at UCM. And then they will split that cost between 2 semesters. UCM is also a super score university, so we encourage students to take the ACT as many times as possible. That way we can super score that score for you. As many times you take the ACT, you can bump up on those scholarships depending on what your ACT or your GPA is, pardon. We are also a test optional admissions school, so that test optional GPA is 2.75. So for students that have not applied or have a 2.75 or above GPA can apply and be automatically admitted with a $1,000 Red and Black scholarship. So for those that have not taken the ACT and you know that you have a 2.75 weighted GPA, you can apply now to UCM and be admitted automatically with a $1,000 scholarship. So let's say you do want to take the ACT later on, you can apply now and then later submit your ACT scores. We will be accepting the June ACT score as well. So even after you graduate, we will also accept those and they will be applied to your Red and Black scholarships. The programs that are bullet pointed below are still requiring some form of ACT. So if you are interested in the nursing program or you're wanting to bump up on the scholarships, those still require some form of ACT. So those are listed below here. Our test optional admissions just applies to our general admissions. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, here is a breakdown of SuperScore for those that don't know what that is. So I can go back to this if anybody would like me to. I think I'm going to go ahead and skip it. I think everybody knows what that is. I'm going to assume. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. You just kicked me out. I'm going to stop sharing really quick, guys. Sorry.
That's okay. Just take your time.
Don't know why I did that. Sorry about that.
No problem.
All right, I think I'm good. Sorry. Okay, we're back. All right, so I think I'll be safe to skip it if that's okay. All right, so we have more scholarships for students. So for those that are doing A+, UCM has an A+ recognition scholarship. So that is a $500 scholarship for your freshman year. And you have to have at least a 2.5 GPA and have your FAFSA completed by February 1st of your senior year. So let's say you complete your freshman year at UCM with a 3.0 GPA, we will reward you again with another $500 your sophomore year. So making that a total of $1,000 scholarship for having and completing A+. And so that is stackable with your red and black scholarship as well. All right, I think it'll be safe to skip our UCM out-of-state bound scholarships. So just a brief overview, any state that touches the state of Missouri receives in-state tuition. So we have our UCM Scholarship Finder. So what this is a pool of scholarships that students that are admitted can tap into. So it is a pool of literally over $1 million worth of scholarships. There's one application that students can fill out, and they can apply to multiple scholarships. So this is available for the seniors. It opens up August 1st of their senior year and it closes February 1st of their senior year. So if there's one deadline that you guys should be aware of, it is that February 1 deadline. So if you apply and you get accepted to UCM, you then have access to Scholarship Finder. So if you are looking for more scholarships, this will be it right here. If you have any questions, please let me know. We also have UCM dual credit scholarships. So if your high school is doing dual credit through UCM, we offer students a $1,000 scholarship per year if you receive a 3.0 GPA or higher in that dual credit course. So you have to have your FAFSA completed by April 1st of your senior year. And this is renewable for up to 6 semesters. All right, we're off to reason number 4. So we set you up for success. So UCM is the first school in Missouri to have centralized advising. So what that means is that everything that you need to succeed in order to make it to graduation is in one location and for you, of course. So we have your Success Advising Center. This is where your success advisors are housed. These are going to be your go-to individuals to help you build your academic schedule. They will help you apply for graduation. They will advise you on either if you are wanting to add or drop classes. They're going to be your go-to individuals. We have in-person and online resources because online is a thing now. You can reach out and somebody will always be there to help you. We have tutoring within 70 different courses. So just about any class that you'll take, you have support in. So we always encourage students to take tutoring or, tutor somebody if you're an expert in that course. So let's say you're really great at trigonometry. We will always need those tutoring experts as well. We also have what is our writing center. And so this is for students that are wanting to have an extra eye, review their paper. And it's very beneficial for students, of course, if they are needing that extra support when it comes to cross-referencing any references. Professors will always encourage students to go to the writing center to help better their writing, of course. And so a lot of the times professors at UCM will give you extra credit for just going to the writing center. So it's a very, very useful resource for students. We also offer free counseling and mental health services for students. If for whatever reason you need it, it is offered to you. And then, of course, free career counseling. So earlier I mentioned that our job placement rate is a 95%, and this is why. So UCM hosts 6 job fairs throughout the entire year, not only for our graduating seniors, but the entire school student body. So if you are needing any jobs or internships, that is available for students within those job fairs. We also have students are able to come in and work on their resumes, revamp them. If they don't have a resume, they can help them build one. And we also have what is a career readiness course where students are able to literally take a course, sign up for it, and you have to pass it. When you pass it, they add it on to your student transcript. And what that course consists of is they go over how to properly shake a hand at interviews, because you will be surprised on how many students do not know how to properly shake a hand. They go over interview questions with you to make sure that you are answering them correctly, confidently, and preparing you for that interview process. They teach you how to dress for success, preparing students for that interview process. So employers are looking for UCM graduates because we are ready to be employed. And so that job placement rate has really jumped up because of this course. And so students really are loving that. All right, and reason number 5, Warrensburg, Missouri is home to UCM, which we call the Burg. So our population is 20,000. You have over 25 unique restaurants. So if you're tired of campus food, you're more than welcome to leave campus. And so it's a cute little town, about 45 minutes outside of Kansas City. So we're not that far from a city either. You have multiple parks, tennis courts, and ball fields that you're able to access as a student. And then again, like I mentioned, we're about 45 minutes from Kansas City area. So if you're wanting to hit the town or the city, you can definitely do that. So just a little bit about Warrensburg for those that have never been to Warrensburg. All right, so the steps to apply, if you have not already applied or you're in the process of doing so and you kind of just don't know where you're at right now in that process. So first thing first is making sure that you send us those test scores if you haven't done so or you are planning on taking that test. So I have provided the ACT code as well as SAT. Step 2 would be to submit your admissions application. It is done online. You can find that online. And it is a $30 non-refundable fee, but we are waiving that $30 fee until January 15th. So if you guys are interested in applying, I would definitely encourage you guys to get your guys' applications in before January 15th, so that way you don't have to pay that $30. Step 3 would be to send in your transcripts. So if you are doing any dual credit, just make sure that you are sending all of your transcripts. So high school, any college credit that you have, send that in so we can process your application. Step 4 would be to submit your FAFSA. So that opened up October 1st. Send those in so that way we can get you your financial aid packet for you, give you that breakdown. And then step 5, you will then be able to apply for our scholarship finder. So once you get all that stuff submitted and you become an admitted student, you will then have access to that scholarship finder. So our freshman requirements, talked a little bit about test optional. So again, 2.75 GPA or higher, get an automatic 1,000 red and black scholarship. But then, I'll talk about our full admissions. So let's say UCM is on a sliding scale. So let's say you have a 21 or higher on the ACT and you have a 2.0 GPA. So that means you will be automatically accepted. But let's say vice versa, you have an 18 on the ACT and you have a 3.0 GPA. That will also give you a full admissions at UCM. So if you have any questions as to where you are on that sliding scale, please reach out and I will we can keep in contact and let you know where you're at. So like I said, UCM is on that sliding scale. All right, so we are at the end of the presentation. So here is my contact information since I am your guys' rep. There is my email address, my cell phone, my work cell phone number. You guys can reach out to me. That first QR code, the black and white one, is just to receive information about UCM, just to keep in contact with them. So if there are any underclassmen and you are interested in UCM and you want to keep in contact, definitely encourage you guys to hover your camera phone over that black and white QR code. And of course, the two bottom one is social media. So Snapchat and Instagram, if you want to keep in contact and see what's going on at UCM. We have a lot of fun things going on, a lot of new activities, a lot of restaurants that are opening up, just to keep in contact. So like I said, if you have any questions in regard to any particular program, reach out to me directly, and then I can make sure I can give you direct information about that. All right.
That was a lot of really, really great information. Ms. Shaughnessy, I don't think we have any questions in the chat right now, but I would encourage any students who are participating, if you want to get more information, if you have questions, please let us know by typing those questions into the chat. You can do that now. Do any of our counselors have any questions for Kat?
I did. I wanted to ask about the foreign language requirement. Is there one?
There is not. So just as long as students are meeting their district requirements to graduate, they are good with us.
Okay.
Yep.
Bill, sorry about that.
No,
The other
you're good.
question I had was, we hear a lot about college placement, and I guess you all call it the First Destination Success.
Mhm.
Is that what you call that program? Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, so that is a program that students, it's limited spots, but if students are interested in that, we definitely continue to do that. And that pays for that student's summer. That is a summer program that students are able to do. So if students are able to do that, I can send you a link to that. They have to sign up for it, and if they're wanting to do, they would take literally classes in the summer, and UCM would pay for those classes in the summer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so if they're interested in that, they would have to get their applications in, and UCM would pay for those college classes in the summer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question, but I have a comment. I actually got my undergrad at UCM. I used to live in Kansas City, so it's
Nice.
a beautiful, gorgeous campus. And I just encourage everybody to go check it out because it's just a beautiful campus. Rich,
It is.
rich, very rich history.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
That's awesome. Kat, I do have a question. Have any of your programs do they have application deadlines, or is everything still open and available to students?
All of the programs don't have a deadline except for the nursing program. So that
Okay.
one's pretty much the most competitive one that we have. And I do encourage students to go online and see what those deadlines are, those requirements. So that's the only one that I know of that has a specific deadline and specific requirements and prerequisites that they have to complete.
And that information's on your website.
Absolutely. And they can always
Okay.
reach out to me and I can provide that information for them to make it a little
Okay.
easier.
And then are you currently conducting in-person visits?
Yes. Yes, we are.
And then I just had one more question. At both schools, we do have high military interest, and you mentioned that Army ROTC is available.
Mhm.
On your website, is there information as to who the student would contact if they were to be interested in pursuing that program?
Absolutely. And they can always reach out to me and I can provide that information for them. If they are not interested in, let's say, the Army, we do have a partnership with Mizzou, and I believe they are Air Force ROTC. So if they're those that are interested in the Air Force, we can always, we have a partnership with them so they could still attend UCM and partner and visit the Mizzou campus to attend those courses over there.
Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I don't see any other questions, so I guess we will just wrap up the session.
All
We
right.
can't thank you enough, Kat, for joining us today.
No problem.
You shared some really helpful information. And Dee, Carla, and Heidi, thank you very much for joining us.
I
All right,
look
everyone,
forward to working with
everyone
you guys.
take care. Yeah.
Yeah.